Hello everyone, it's Heather and I'm back with a homemade pizza recipe today. It's really for the pizza dough, but I'll show you how I make the whole pizza. The recipe is from sugardishme.com and I found it on Pinterest, and this is the recipe that I've been using for, I want to say 2 years. So first, I took some water, some warm water, 3/4 of a cup, and poured it in my mixing bowl. And then I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast. I get mine from Costco, so it's in a big bag, and I put it in little Tupperware bowls like this to keep it fresh. You just sprinkle that in and wait for it to get frothy, I guess. So a little foamy. It does not take that long. It takes about a minute. So after it's all frothy and looks like this, I'm going to take this 1 cup and I'm going to get 2 cups of all-purpose flour and just pour in that same mixture in the bowl. Now, if you don't have a mixer, you can use a wooden spoon to do this, but I have a mixer and I use the dough hook attachment on it. So it just makes it a lot easier. But if you do not have a mixer like this, a wooden spoon would work best. A spoon that's very sturdy, because it gets really thick. So after I put that in, I am going to go ahead and grab 1 teaspoon of sugar, and then 1.5, or no, I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of salt. It says 1/2 a teaspoon, but I don't put that much in it. And then I do 1.5 tablespoons of your oil. So it says olive oil, but we are out of olive oil in my house, so I just use what we had on hand, which is canola oil. But we usually do use olive oil. You can also substitute whole wheat flour for the all-purpose flour, and I've done that before, but we had all-purpose flour on hand this time, so that's what I used. So you're just going to put that in the mixer, and you're going to mix it up with the dough hook, and you're going to want to do it at a pretty slow speed. You're not going to want to do it super fast. I do take my spoon in here to get all this stuff off the edge, just to make sure that it's all getting incorporated nicely, and it's super sticky. So just make sure you know that it's going to be super sticky, so you're probably going to get it all over your hands. So I'm going to mix that up, and you want it to get to it's obviously sticky, but you want it to get to the place where you can see that it's pulling off of the side of the bowl. You don't want a whole bunch of it on the bowl and it starts to kind of ball up around the hook like that, and that's what you want it to look like. That's when you know that it's ready. So next, I floured a clean surface and with the same flour, and then you're just going to knead it for 4 minutes. Now, my second pizza that I did this same day, I did it in the mixer, so you can just keep the dough hook on it and knead it with the dough hook on a very slow speed. But for this purpose, I know a lot of people don't have mixers, so you just need to knead it with your hand for 4 minutes. I'm not going to do all the kneading on the video, but you're just going to add flour and knead, add flour and knead. And then I'm going to put it in a little ball when it's ready. When it's not sticky anymore, that's when you know that it's ready. And I'm going to pour a little bit of that oil in the bottom of the same bowl that I just made the dough in. And I'm going to twirl that around and get the oil on the bottom of the bowl. And then I'm going to put the pizza dough in that bowl. The reason you put the oil in is so the dough doesn't stick to the bowl. You could also do flour, would work. So I'm going to stick that in there, and then I'm going to put a clean kitchen towel over top of that, and then put it on top of the preheated stove. So you want to preheat the stove at 500. You don't want it at broil, but you want it at 500. And you sit the bowl on top of the oven, so then the heat from the oven gets into the bowl, and it makes it rise quicker. So you want to leave it on the oven for about 5 minutes. And then you know it's ready to go. This is a super quick, fast pizza dough recipe. It's not one of those ones that take forever. So now I floured my surface again. I put a little bit of flour on my rolling pin and a little bit of flour on the dough. And I'm just going to roll that out. Now, sometimes the dough is super stretchy, and then sometimes it's really not. It just wants to go back to where it was. So you just got to work with it, and it's not always going to be a perfect circle. Now, my second pizza that I made this same day turned out a little bit better. It was easier to manipulate, and it was easier to stretch, and I did the exact same thing. So it just really just depends on a lot of circumstances. So now I have a pizza stone, and I put a little bit of flour on the pizza stone, and I'm just going to put it on the pizza stone and kind of work it and try to get it to the size of the pizza stone as good as I can. Now, again, like I said, sometimes it'll just go back to the same form that it was. So you just got to work with it, and sometimes you just got to know that it's not going to look perfect. It's homemade and it's going to be delicious. So here I am. Make sure your hands are clean. Just working it, and you can see that I use my palm and my fingertips, and that's all you really do. Make sure you put flour on your fingers though. So here's the pizza sauce that I'm using, and I'm going to get a spoon and just kind of spoon that into the center of the pizza dough. And then I'm going to use the back side of the spoon to kind of spread it out. So you just like that. Really, really super easy. And it just depends on how much sauce you and your family like. We like sauce. We don't like it to be too saucy. So this is about, well, we could put a little bit more on in just a second. And I always leave a little bit of a ring around so you have something to hold on to the pizza. I don't put the sauce all the way to the edge. I know some people do that, but we don't. And then I'm going to take the mozzarella and provolone shredded cheese from Harris Teeter and sprinkle that. Every once in a while, I just like mozzarella. Sometimes I like the provolone mozzarella. So that's what I got this time. And you really don't need a whole lot of cheese when you have the mozzarella and provolone. It's super cheesy. So that's probably, I'm going to do just probably a little bit more. And then that's going to be perfect. And then on this pizza, I'm going to do just pepperoni. It's the Harris Teeter brand pepperoni. And then on the last pizza, I'm going to do just cheese. That's what I like. I just like cheese. The pepperoni was for my husband and daughter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can use any toppings that you want on your pizza. And I hope you guys try this recipe out. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how it went for you. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I am going to have more grocery hauls, more recipe videos, and eventually I will get a tripod for my camera, and the videos will be a little bit better. So here we go. There's the pizza. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, it was delicious. This one, again, I did not eat, but there will be a picture of my pizza at the very end. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye.